he's not dead.
We can continue.
He was insulting Nim, something about shackles.
Yeah, lots of insults being thrown.
Yeah, not to their face, too.
I mean, he will gladly tell you that right to your face. He just hasn't had a reason to. You underestimate how much of a dick he's willing to be. But yeah, I have never seen anyone so naturally limited by everything around them.
Yeah, she got a lot going for her. I just wish she'd realize that she has to go get it herself.
You don't even realize. She's got so much unrealized potential. She's literally chock full of magic. And she has the ability to tap into it too. But she's so herself that she doesn't even reach out and grab it. She doesn't try. Her upbringings made her lazy and lax, where she should be ingenuitive and seeking out things. She rather just sit there and have things do it for her. Where she should be confident and powerful, she's meek and spineless. I have never, in all of my memory, met somebody with so much potential, and yet is so underutilized by the environment around her. But don't you worry, I'm going to snap her in two, and then three, and then thousands, and I'm going to put her bit by bit back together until she's not a sniveling little insect.
I don't like half that sentence.
It's going to be magnificent! As he just has this maniacal look on his face as he's just, holding his hands up menacingly around his head. I'm going to break her! And then I'm going to rebuild her! And then I'm going to break her again!
Hey. Calm down now.
Why should I be calm? It's exhilarating! I could literally turn her into a monster!
Samson? Do that word.
Hold on there. I thought monsters, weren't exactly, your forte, weren't exactly, in your alignment there.
Well, not a true monster. I mean, the same way people call me a monster. I'm not actually a monster. None of you have even seen a real monster.
Looks at Zanzibar. You sure, fam?
Press X to doubt.
I bet you'd be willing to call a Hydrask a monster.
It is big and dangerous and pretty much destroys everything.
And yet, that is not my definition of a monster.
I think we have different definitions of a monster.
I like the definition of monster that I've got in my head is literally just Zanzibar.
See, a real monster, that's a primordial. Primordial, life, death, they could be classified as true monsters. They have the power to be true monsters.
Throwing shade at his own daughter.
But a Hydrask, that's a creature. I could crush a Hydrask in seconds. I could take a Tarask and shatter it with my bare hands. But a monster? A monster I actually have to try. But I digress. Just me missing the primordial days when I actually had a challenge. But that girl? Oh, she'd be so easy to turn into your definition of a monster. Give her enough realization of just how much power she has, and she can level countries easily.
He clearly doesn't know Nim.
She just needs a spine. She'll get one. Eventually. Either that or she'll die. One of the two.
Not if I can help it.
Exactly, and that's why I need you functioning. Because she's too meek and spineless to do it herself.
Oh, so is that where my my skills lie, in keeping them alive?
Oh no, that's just one part. The Tabaxi also serves in that role. She seems to have a really strong hitch to keeping things from dying. Which is good.
Yeah, it seems like her and Death got off on the wrong foot.
The living usually don't like something that they view as, well, the reason for death itself.
I don't know. I think she's nice.
Oh, yeah, you do. But I know that Tabaxi like the back of my hand at this point. And, well, kinda obvious.
Says you. I can't make heads or tails of her half the time.
Well, I mean, like, once you know what she's been through, it's completely obvious why she hates the idea of death so much. But, well,
Yeah.
where Nim doesn't know how to have a spine, that one doesn't know how to move her jaw.
Yeah.
And that's where your use starts to also come in. You gotta break her open, because I certainly can't do it. I mean, look at me. I'm Zanzibar. She doesn't talk to sweet old death. She's certainly not going to open up to me. I'm a monster. Well, by your definition.
And old.
I mean, I'd use a different word, but
Oh?
more on the subject. Do you really think I can get her to open up?
I mean, you are Samson J. Merrymaker, maker of Merry.
By name, yes, but...
Oh, while we're on the subject, speaking of, you know how you always say how I don't help you unless you beg and demand it? Or at least you imply that?
I don't think I've ever implied that exactly, because I don't think begging or demanding works.
True, but at the same time, I can also, you know, see inside your little peanut brain.
Yeah.
Well, call this a freebie. Did you ever consider the fact that you kind of just left her with a Zanzibarian on a dock?
No. Honestly, I was...
As he just pats you on the shoulder. Well, I haven't checked up on her in a while, because honestly, it kind of gets boring sitting around in the internal emptiness that is her conscience. But, last I checked. Yeah. Have fun with that. Because I can only imagine how well that dog went.
You know? Thanks for that, I guess.
See? I am helpful. You just don't realize it.
In your own little way.
Whatever you say. Before I go back to doing my thing, you, got anything you want to put on my list of things to do? Since I seem to be having an errand day today?
You ever stop by for dinner and just sort of shoot the shit like we're doing now?
My dear boy, I am begrudgingly the father of death itself. How many times do you think my door swings open to have her dance through humming some sort of song?
I mean, at least once.
I imagine at least once. I mean, you two have been at this for God knows how long.
Yes, incredibly long. If you had kids, I'd ask you what your thoughts on being a parent was. Then I'd tell you to magnify that by literal millions of years.
See, that part never happened.
Or so you think.
I don't even know what you mean by that. There's
You
no
don't have
way
to.
there's no way in any definition of hell that I'm going to have any kids.
Don't you think I would have said the same exact thing?
Well, yeah, maybe like a few realities ago, but I'd imagine doing the same thing for literal existences kind of gets boring, so you gotta mix it up.
Ah, I see. Well, let me put it to you this way. In terms that you'd probably understand, death wasn't planned. Kind of was an accident.
How?
You know, you kill a primordial, it turns into goop. You stick your hand in the goop, and all of a sudden you start hearing crying, and then there's a baby there, and I didn't even realize that would happen. You can't well enough just leave a baby crying in the middle of, well, next to nothingness.
I mean, you could, but you shouldn't.
You totally can.
I mean, if a baby was made out of a primordial, you could probably hear the crying through all of nothingness.
Pretty much. So, yeah. I managed to kill one primordial, and then got the idea to stick my hand in the death goop, and death goop turned into babies, and that's where babies come from.
Huh. You know, they should really teach that in schools, because this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
I'm being facetious. Absolute brainless clod.
Oh. I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right. I'm always right.
I hate you sometimes.
Oh, you should. Absolutely.
As long as we're on the same page.
Oh,
But
of course we're on the same page. You can't be on the wrong page, because I can see your page. I have the cheat sheet. Hey, want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Hello! And you just start hearing him outside and inside your body at the same time.
Oh my god, it's like insufferable ancient asshole in stereo.
Yeah. Alright, I'm bored now. I'm gonna go bother Zan.
Alright.
And he just snaps.
If
while
you're gonna be
saying
there
that.
for a while, you'll probably see me again.
Yeah, while you're saying that, he just snaps his fingers as he stands up. And all the mud that was on him just falls off after he's no longer there and kind of just plops next to you and splatters more mud on you.
I should go check up on Yano.
Possibly.
And then Samson will get up and go to Hyala.
Where is
Well,
Hyala again?
go to where he thinks Hyala might be.
I forget, where is Hyala?
She's sitting at the end of the pier, possibly asleep at this point.
Oh, thank God I remembered to turn the recording back on. Well, since Hyala's possibly maybe asleep, I'll give her time to decide on that.
I was just gonna roll.
Alright.
Yeah, she's asleep.
Alright, so we're gonna go over to Nim roll performance!
Had to find it.
How many hours has Nim been doing this now?
Oh
Yay!
my god. I wanted the tasteless soup.
Accidentally makes amazing soup.
So, while the vegetables have been stewing, because there isn't fish to put in the fish stew yet, because Granny Zan refuses to use Samson's plank of wood.
Plank of fish.
Plank of fish.
I said plank of fish.
I know,
Okay.
I changed the letters yet again.
Plank of fish.
She instructed you on more cleaning techniques. So, Zanzibar is just gonna snap his way into the room, coming immediately from where he was with Samson. And then was just standing there, you know, holding cleaning equipment. And Granny Zan's just lifting her cane, her walking stick over her head, just shouting, "Now you've done it! She's a master of the cleanliness arts! Woohoo! I knew I could make her into a clean person! Woohoo! Nim, you have gained proficiency with anything involving manual labor that is related to cleaning or housekeeping.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I gotta write this down. That seems
You
like
can
it'll
put
come
that
up.
in as a feat.
It brings a tear to my eyes.
Yeah, you can put it in as a feat. Master housekeeper.
I'm doing it.
All in 4 hours.
You have advantage on anything related to housekeeping. So cooking, cleaning.
I thought you said proficiency.
Well, proficiency as well. And advantage.
Oh, Jesus.
I see you've worked your magic yet again, Zan. The master caretaker and the ultimate parent you are. And she just stands there, full like X pose, holding her walking stick over her little head. She just looks over her shoulder. She's like, "Shut up, you cankerous old bastard! You can't ruin my mood! I've raised another one, and I did it in record time! Didn't even take a day! I still got it, baby! Woohoo! Cookie! She starts doing like a little tribal dance.
All for one and one for cottage.
The cottage cleaner.
He just takes the lid off the pot of soup. There's nothing in here but vegetables. This is not suitable. I haven't gotten the fish yet.
It's not soupable.
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't
No.
gotten the fish yet. Well, what are you waiting for? Well, as you might believe, the moron decided to bring a unkilled fish that had basically gone through rigor. He stuck a fish in a bag of holding, didn't he? Yes, he stuck a fish in a bag of holding. Where's that fish? On the porch. I'm taking that. Bye. I don't have time for your stuff. By the way, small child, you, good work. Hopefully you can be as masterful when I teach you. If not, there will be pain. And he's just
Pain on whose end?
What?
Pain on whose end?
Yours. Unlike her, I am an equal opportunity discipliner.
What does that mean?
It means you fail and then maybe Samson gets hurt?
I will slap this variation every time you fail. Now, do
Wait.
the pigs.
Like right now?
No, I'm not speaking in canon. That whole like slap this Variation silly thing was a joke. I know.
Oh, because I was
What?
legit gonna cast it.
What humor in this D&D campaign?
There's actually been many spots of humor. In fact, no matter how serious the sessions have ever been, they are also equally filled with laughter and jokes.
Yes, I know.
Oh.
He was in fact doing a funny.
Oh. Well, I didn't realize. I thought he was
Yes, I
being
know.
serious. I thought he was being completely serious.
As I
So
am known to
if-
do.
Yeah, pretty
If
much.
Nim were to hand Zanzibar a burning ham, you know, what would he do?
I don't know. Try handing him a burning ham.
He eats it.
Let me check one thing first.
Roll for hams.
Alright. What does this require being rolled as a D3? Alright.
While you figure that out, he opens the door and picks up the flank of fish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, he was just doing that while you were deciding how many pigs you roll. Or
Okay. Then we'll cast burning hams and hand Zanzibar 2 hand-sized pigs.
You're just holding one in each hand, and you just walk across the cottage. And you just silently hold them up to him, like, look what I made.
Exactly. And I will also roll on the wild magic table.
Roll on the wild magic table.
Where's the D? Still Gucci.
Woo! Add another point to the charge list.
Yep.
What are we up to now?
5.
See, and you've been worried that she was just gonna fireball at the drop of a hat.
Yes. That worry doesn't go away.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened.
Not happening and hasn't happened are two different things.
Well, they're both true. Up
It
to this point,
hasn't happened.
it's not happening, and it also has not happened.
Don't
Up to this
jinx it.
point, it hasn't happened. It could still happen.
Well, of course it could still happen. It's a possibility on the table. In fact,
Yeah.
more than likely, it will happen. But it hasn't happened yet, so stop worrying about it.
That's not how that works.
Nim tries to hand him a ham.
Do you hand him one, or do you just come up to him like a small child and just hand him both? Like,
Yeah, handing him both.
nope, prop the fish up. Now somehow even more stiff than it was before. On one of the porch, not banisters, pillars? Poles? What's the word I'm looking for? The vertical thing. Why can't I think of this? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Support beams.
And he'll just hold his hands low enough for Nim to place the piggies in his hands.
Nim drops them in.
Why are they so small?
These are the exact size of baby pigs.
But they don't need to be.
What does that matter?
Theoretically, it could mean everything. And he'll just turn away from the house and he'll just take one of the pigs and throw them at a random piece of ground.
I thought you were gonna say throw them at the nearest person.
No, he will just throw them at the ground and they will explode like normal. Well, in your case, it means absolutely nothing. And he'll just take the other pig and just crunch it in his hand and it'll just... Basically, he just snuffs out the other pig. And I don't know why I didn't just say that first. I have a problem with words sometimes. Forgive me.
No.
In any event, excellent work. Keep up this. Whatever this is, however you got to doing that, do that. Repeat that for everything I ever asked you to do. He's just gonna get really close to your face. Never deviate from whatever you just did. Do exactly that. Don't disappoint.
Ow, get out of my ear.
He actually says that to everyone.
Wake
Nim,
Scala
not
up.
And he'll just stand up. Are we understood?
Mostly.
Okay, before I leave, what's mostly? What are you not understanding about repeat what you've done?
Why do you have such high standards?
I am Zanzibar. I am not going to lower my standards for you just because you're pitiful and spineless. In
What was
other
that
words,
first word?
pitiful and spineless. In
Not
other words,
pitiful.
that is something that is objective to those who observe you. I have observed you. In fact, I've observed the contents of your memory. The word is 4 letters. It starts with a P, ends with a Y, and it should be replaced with you. Who died?
Whoa.
I don't know what just happened. I got kicked out, it wouldn't let me leave, and then it forced me back in call.
Yeah, something flickered in and out.
Boom.
That
It
was
was
probably me.
Alright.
So, what did you not hear?
The last thing I said was, I'm not pitiful, and you said, ah, and then I heard nothing.
Oof.
Yeah.
Being pitiful is left to the observer, and those who observe you, namely me, who has my standards and have not only seen this, as he just gestures to you, but also the content and quality of your memory, can judge you by a 4-letter word. Starts with a P, ends with an I, and even though there's an it somewhere in there, it should be replaced with the word you. Any questions?
Pui.
Beautiful.
First up, I don't think... Anyway, that's the statement aside. Because my memory is impeccable, first of all, and second of all, that's uncalled for.
At what point was anything I do called for?
Did Zanzibar just say pity ends in an I?
Yeah.
It said pity starts with a P, ends with a Y. and then
Oh, I
said-
heard I, and I was
heard-
like,
I
yeah.
heard I too, and I'm like, huh?
No.
Well,
Zanzibar
I
can
mean-
do everything except spell.
This is Trials of Zanzibar. Everything does end with him.
Yeah?
I know
not
I
wrong.
said Y the first time. I may have misspoke the second time.
alright, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, no. The line is supposed to be starts with a P, ends with an I, and there's an it in the middle, but it should be replaced with the word you. Another way of saying you are pity incarnate. Zanzibar's words, not mine. Anyway, where
Yeah,
were we?
and then goes... Yeah. Then goes, also, what are you doing with the fish?
I'm going to eat it.
Okay.
Yes. It doesn't look like any of you are using it, and I don't want to wait. I'm hungry now. So yeah, is there anything you don't understand at this point about whatever you did to get to that point? Do that for everything?
Everything?
Okay, specifically, the magic. Do that. I'm not saying. Oh, God, you are dense.
But still squishable.
I'd like to imagine Nim has squishable cheeks,
Yeah.
little boopable cheeks.
Her hair buns just make little squeak toy noises.
The number of traits we've given to Nim's buns is really
It's like the most defining thing,
funny.
thus
If you-
allowing it to stay nebulous.
If you squish the left bun, it goes squeak. If you squish the right bun, it goes squeak. If you squish them both at the same time, there's silence,
Nim's
and then Nim's mouth just opens, and you just hear.
I thought you were gonna say you heard this deep squawk.
Yeah.
No, you just squeeze both buns, and you force the squeak to come out of her mouth. She's like,
It sounds like
He's
a
still
response.
He's still staring at you, like waiting for some kind of input.
Oh. Nim goes, oh. We'll see.
There is no C. Just do it. Just do. It's really not that hard. Clearly, you've demonstrated it's not that hard.
Okay.
I don't think you understand me.
On, like, this conversation or in general? Because there's a lot of things I don't understand about you in general.
You know, I heard the cowboy say it, I've heard you say it. I would probably hear the tabaxi say it if she ever voiced something. And you know what? I've also heard that probably millions of times. And yet somehow I'm still confused on how it's so difficult to understand me. It's pretty simple.
Well, you do what you want, but, like, no one knows what you want on a day-to-day basis.
That's because even I don't know what I want on a day-to-day basis. There's nothing to
Then-
figure out.
Then
I literally
no one's
don't
gonna
buy
understand
them.
you.
Okay. Do exactly as you did, and don't deviate from that. Continue to practice your hands. Zan, I'm taking the fish! And he just snaps away. Fish and all. Nim have any more comments?
Nim says bye after he poofs away.
Bye!
Yeah.
This child's so fucking wholesome! Shall we visit Hyala and Sammy-san?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Walk us into the scene because there are no NPCs there.
Alright, Simpson runs forward to the pier, guns shooting in the air. Yalla, where are you? No, not real.
What happened
Simpson
today?
Simpson does walk over to the pier though, where he last left Yalla, and I assume just finds her asleep, covered in fish.
No, just
She-
with one 300-pound fish somewhere next to her. Or she put it in her lap on top of her goat, but I don't think she did that.
Ew, no. The
Yeah.
fish
Got
is
a
next to her, the coat is on her lap, and she's
It's
just
got a
kind of
Ration
fluffed
tag on it?
backwards. Huh?
I assume it has a ration tag on it?
Yes.
I would hope so.
I thought you caught 2 fish.
Oh,
No,
Yalla's
Yalla
caught
caught
tons of
15
fish,
fish.
but she
Oh.
let the other guy take it all except for the one that he forced her to keep.
Oh, well then. Okay.
He gave
Yep.
her the biggest one.
The biggest.
Big fish.
Go over. Simpson's just gonna go over and be like, Yalla, oh. And realize that she's asleep. It's like, well,
If
This
you
is
can't beat
pickle.
him, join him.
But it should be easy to beat her right now, she's unconscious.
Simpson pulls out one of his guns and contemplates.
I mean, you'd have to shoot her a good handful of times. Unless you do that crit thing where you roll like 70-something damage.
Woohoo!
But anything lower than that, she's good.
If you hit her with 69 damage, she instantly does.
Damn.
Well, yes.
Simpson's just gonna look over to Yella. Is she like curled up as normal?
That's
Uh,
what
she
she
likes-
say.
Yeah, she probably was just like fell asleep while sitting up, so just kind of flopped to the side / backwards.
Oh, so like sitting crisscross, but like she's kind of zonked out.
Yeah.
It's
And
like-
she's probably like twitching a bit.
She's doing those catnap twitches. I know exactly
She's having
what
the-
those look like.
Yeah, it's nightmare twitches. Woo!
No.
I don't know if they're always nightmare twitches. I mean, in Hannah's case, maybe, but I'm talking about...
Yeah, no, I'm speaking of this case. I'm pretty sure in a cat's case, they're just, like, running through a field, chasing mice.
Is that the nightmare twitch?
That's the cat twitch. This Hyalla's twitch is the nightmare twitch.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Sure.
just dreaming somebody stole Kuno, or she has a coat of Kuno's fur.
Samson's just gonna, like, notice what time it is and see it's basically just noon.
It's probably
He'll just-
like 2 o'clock right now.
2? Okay. Then, oh, no one knew this. And he's gonna put a hand on Yalla's shoulder and try and wake her up.
Instant death.
Samson explodes.
Just gets clawed across the face, both eyes taken out in one swipe.
I still have my goggles on.
No,
Wait.
her claws just go straight through the goggles. They fall away in slivers of goggle.
This tabaxi ass monk doing so much damage with an unarmed strike.
Man, Hyalla totally could have been a monk. That would have been funny. Cat punch, cat punch, cat punch.
Cat,
So-
punch, it's all in the mind.
So Samson tries to wake up Yalla.
I have an idea of how to have her wake up. I just don't know if I should do it.
Do it! Do it!
Alright.
This is the beach episode you wanted.
This is the beach episode you wanted. Well, this is the beach episode everybody wanted. Except I think Eddie, because I don't know if this is how he thought his beach episode would go.
This seems like the perfect thing for Samson.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But so Samson walked up from like behind where she was sitting.
He's gonna walk up from behind, like, sort of face her, realize that she's asleep, see that it's getting late, and attempt to, like, rouse her so that she can sleep somewhere better.
Alright. So, it wakes her up. She, like, flinches away from it and falls into the water.
Huh?
Coat and all?
Oh. Rip. But yeah, she's awake now. And she just swims back up to the surface. Looking very confused.
Oh, where's the coat?
Where is the coat?
Well, it was on her lap and she fell in, so it's definitely in the drink somewhere.
Yeah.
Go on,
Did you-
act out the scene, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Kala, are you okay?
She's just like kitty paddling at the surface and just spits out some water. What? You can tell she's still a little bit sleepy, but also very confused.
I wanted to wake you up and you kinda fell into the water.
She'll look around. Oh, so I have. And then, I assume she can't see what's actually on the deck from 9 feet below the deck.
No.
That would
Okay.
typically not, no.
So, yeah, she's going to come to the realization that, her coat's not with her and she had it on her a second ago. She's gonna just
Does
start looking around.
What? Are you missing something?
Is my coat up there?
Can I look around for it?
Yeah. Like, I'll look around on the deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And should I look? Should I give a Perserino?
Yeah. Damn. You don't see a coat on the deck. Or on the dock.
Can I check the water?
Sure you can.
With the same roll?
No.
Ah!
The
You
taunting.
don't see it in the water either. You don't see a code anywhere.
Kala, I'm not seeing it.
Oh. The beach episode's not supposed to have cringe.
Why would you make me roll for it?
I will
yeah.
say that. You go. Sorry.
Tiala's gonna look around to see if it's floating now. Should I... Is it just not floating, or do I roll, or neither?
You can do a roll. Do a perception. Wait, important question.
Yeah.
Still important question. Less important question.
What?
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, that was the question. How do you answer?
The answer is yes.
I had a sneeze coming on. It decided to like hold me in stasis. It decided to cast old person on me.
No,
Yes,
almost
old
sneezes are the
person on it.
worst.
Question: did Shala manage to get at least wait? Exhaustion can be gotten rid of by a short rest, right?
A long rest.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely didn't have a long rest.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, that's good enough, even at disadvantage. You fucking hope it would be.
Yeah, like,
Also
come on
say
now.
the coat shouldn't be sinking just yet. It'll start to at this point.
No, I had a different idea.
Oh.
But no, you'll see it. You can only assume that as it was falling through the air, it kind of got pulled under the dock, but you can see what definitely looks like a floating fur under the dock in the shadow.
She's gonna go grab it.
Just
That's
gonna
too
go
important not to.
through the water.
Just swim, 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 swim.
Just become a Tabaxi torpedo.
Yeah, her tail's just spinning in a propeller behind her.
Tails miles Hyala. Hyala miles per hour.
Whoa. But yeah, she's gonna go over and get it.
Alright. You have obtained coat. Add coat back to inventory.
Yay.
Coat was never actually officially in inventory. But yeah, I guess she'll swim back to shore.
You should put it in your inventory, but just call it Anka.
Okay.
I mean, do you think she'd call it anything else?
Yes.
My precious.
Precious.
I feel like if Shala actually was legitimately talking about the code, like describing it to somebody, I definitely feel like, I could be wrong, but I definitely feel like she'd just be like, this is Anka.
Well, that would require Gala to describe.
I know! we're working on that.
Welcome to the cat of minimal character development.
Of
least-
internal character
I don't
development.
know.
Yeah. Internal development only.
She's had a lot of internal development, zero external.
Aha!
Not external, she picked up Nim.
Talking about things who...
She picked up Zamzit.
Yeah,
I mean,
but she carried Nim.
and she carried
She
Zamson
carried
and forced Snim to walk.
That was funny.
Yeah, Nim didn't have to ask though. Samson asked.
So what you do? Swim to shore, climb the pillar?
Yeah, she's just gonna swim back.
Kick, 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 kick.
To Samson walk his yellow swim.
Kick, kick, kick.
I mean, did you see her? Because she swam underneath the dock.
Yeah, but I assume we hear you swimming away.
Is swimming a loud activity?
I mean, that's.
Typically, yeah.
Typically, yeah.
Hmm.
Most people don't swim like a stealth jet flies. But anyway, Yellow swims back to shore and Simpson does something. What does Simpson do?
Samson will grab the fish and head back over to the shore where Gala is.
Woo!
She's just like, and I just dried off.
You good there? Got everything you need?
I think so. Now she's gonna just check the rest of her belongings to make sure they're still there.
They are.
Quiver of arrows in the ocean, bow in the ocean.
She just looks at the coat. It's actually just a reef of seaweed.
Oh, hey, I got one of those too.
Well, I guess this is Anka now.
But my name's Larry. No.
Your name is Anka now, and you will like it.
Why is the seaweed talking?
Yeah.
Commune with plants. It's a spell.
Cool.
Yeah, there is speak to plants.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
I have advantage on saving throws against plants.
What a specific thing.
I was about to say, that sounds really useful, but also
Wait,
how
does that mean
oddly
you built up a resistance to your cat drug?
Huh. Oh yeah, I guess that might be... Oh wait, no. They're plants that are magically created. This is part of Land Stride, by the way.
That's such a... I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's also just a weird thing for somebody who lives in the fucking Arctic to have.
Well, you see, this is why Rangers whack, because Ranger gets a lot of whack abilities.
No, we get abilities that are so specific and so niche that they come up maybe once.
That is why Ranger was bad. Rangers aren't actually a bad class. They just get things that they can never use.
Yeah, no, like...
Which is why the new Ranger is like, here's things you can use all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're at the level where you would have just gotten a climbing and swimming speed.
Yeah.
And then later on, you have the ability to shake off exhaustion with a short rest.
Well, that'd be helpful.
Yeah! Go play that Ranger!
Too bad instead I get saving throws against plants, and then my, like, highest level ability is something I can already basically do.
Yeah?
Sad. Tragic.
Ranger.
Yeah, it's like, it's like, oh, you get, like, advantage on saving throws against, like, being frightened or stuff like that, and I'm like, literally I have that against, like, a handful of things already anyways. Why are... The Ranger table just makes me sad every time I go look at it.
Yeah, that's, why I'd recommend the new Ranger. It's good.
Can I just start taking new Ranger abilities?
Talk to the one in charge.
One in charge.
Let's finish the session first.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's fair. Balancing issues aside, Kala, are you on land?
Kella is on land. Samson is also next to Gala. The Samson and Gala can choose to talk. Yes, with fish.
Well, I figured you might want to find somewhere better to get a nap, and also should probably take this back for dinner.
Right. She'll shake off a bit. At least get any excessive water out of her fur.
I assume some of the shake-off hit Samson and gets some of the mud off him.
If he's standing close by.
Well, if the mud's on the back of his body.
Yeah,
Just
I
turn
mean,
around and take a shower in the.
He'll like pull his cloak in front of him to not wet anything else, but also get the mud off it.
You managed to loosen up 2% of the mud with Yella's ocean water spray.
I'll
Ew.
take it.
Yella's ocean spray.
She sells juice now.
It's cranberry flavored.
Oh god, not juice!
Ugh. I hope it's not cranberry flavored.
Didn't you know this
Cranberry
whole...
flavored.
Didn't you know... God, why did you say that? I just thought of something awful!
To stop you.
Before we get sidetracked.
No, you in fact encouraged me to think something really awful!
Well, don't.
I already have!
After the session.
Wholesome thoughts only.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. It's wholesome in context, but it sounds so unwholesome. I'm dying. Alright, go on.
So I guess the two of them will like walk and talk back to the cottage.
Yeah.
Walk and talk back
Alright.
to the cottage.
Gala.
Hmm?
There's something I kinda wanna say.
You smell like the ocean. Go take a bath.
You smell like tabaxi breath does. Please take a bath.
Gala, I don't know how to swim. But Gala, I'm sorry.
Just gonna look down at him and blink a few times.
You seem like you've had a lot on your mind for a while now.
I suppose.
And I don't think I've necessarily been helpful. Especially since, well, I'll be honest, whenever I see you're in danger, I don't really think much of it because, well, I think you got this. Whatever it tends to be. But I realize that means I've just been ignoring whenever you have something going on. And I think now you need someone to help you through it, not just assume that you're okay.
She looks at him a couple more moments and looks at the ground. Well, thank you.
And if you need anyone to talk to, well, I'm right here. But you said it yourself, we're like a family. We're as strange as we are in all the different worlds we come from. Well, I want you to rely on me and rely on them the same way that we rely on you. Think you can do that?
I do.
Well, I'm not gonna force it out of you. But I might. Keep being so tight-lipped about everything.
Hmm?
Nothing. Just know that we're here for you.
Yes. Just gonna think a moment. and then look back at Samson again. And just be like, you do baffle me.
Hold on, I had to mute the I had to lower the bot music. I couldn't hear you.
Oh. She said you baffle me.
Yeah, well, honestly, same. I'd like to change that. Now let's head back.
You say as you're already walking.
No, I meant back to the pier. Yeehaw!
I want to go fishing again. Woo!
Oh wow, now something hit his head, I guess. All of that was just crazy, Samson.
Also, one other thing.
Hmm?
I, don't know how to swim.
I could tell. And she's gonna like kind of wave her arms around a little bit, like however Samson was moving when she looked over and saw him. It wasn't the most graceful I've ever seen you.
Well, my dry land has always been my element. You know, it's a landlocked country. Never really get the need to go for a swim. But you think you could, you seem like a natural at it. Think you could teach me?
I can... She scratches her head. Try?
Yeah, good enough. I don't know if you've seen today, but I'm a really good student. A natural, one might say.
Oh, yes.
You did catch a fish.
He became a master fisher.
I caught a huge fish. You should have seen this thing. It was squirming all over the place.
It is impressive.
My first try, too. It was kind of like this thingy. Well, not exactly.
Yours was smaller.
200 pounds smaller.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah. Nim also doesn't know.
They just get there, Samson's like, look at this fish I caught.
No one knows. She saw him bring it back to the house.
Yeah, but Nim doesn't know he caught it.
All he said was he got a fish.
Yeah. Also, he said that to Granny Zan. Nim walked out, and he was sitting on the deck, dripping wet, and there was a fish in the corner.
It's a beautiful image.
But, yeah, I've never gotten the... Trust me, if it were up to me, I'd never need to learn how to swim, but, things don't always go my way. And I assume by that, like, we're back at the cottage.
Yeah, you're coming back up to the cottage. Gonna head up on inside.
Yell is just like, ah, it's still here.
Yeah, can you get Nim out here for me?
Me?
Yes.
Are you
Oh yes, the
coming in?
dripping wet cat.
Yeah, I guess, I'll take, Samson will take his, like, walking stick quarterstaff and kind of, like, tap on the door to the cottage.
We have a wet cat and a muddy cowboy.
You just see the door handle turn and just slowly opens. And as it opens, you just see Granny Zan standing imposingly in the doorway.
So we Yala caught a fish properly, and he's gonna like show the fact that it's got a ration tag on it. And we're a little bit dirty. Do you think Nim can clean us off before we step inside?
You're just gonna see her slowly turn her head to the interior of the house. She's just gonna point. She's gonna point with her left arm to the left. She's like, "Get in the tub!"
Which one?
Tub!
Kiela's going to give a bow and be like, "Ma'am, if you don't mind, do you have some sort of clothing line?" And she'll hold out the wet coat.
And she'll walk out, you know, in her old lady fashion. Why, of course. You may have to take care of that. You're a little wet. Sit here. You'll be fine. Dry off a bit before going in. You! In the tub now! Get in the tub! Muddy boy! I told you not to get into any trouble! You come here soaked like the ocean, you waste fish, and now you're muddy and dirty! In the tub!
Hey, I didn't waste that fish. Wait, where'd that fish go?
You hear Nim from inside. Zanzibar took it.
See, I didn't waste nothing.
Hip bone smack.
Ow!
Hip bone smack.
Ow!
Hip
God,
bone smack.
quit hitting me! I'm going!
Hip bone smack.
Ow! Stop me!
Skull thwack.
Ow!
In the tub! The tub! She just was
I assume
waddling.
you don't want me to go in with all my clothes.
All of you in the tub! She just whacks you upside the back of the head again.
Ow!
Just going after you with tiny little old woman steps, holding this wet coat and her walking stick. Ah!
I can wash myself! Stop hitting
No!
me!
I can't trust you to do anything! Get in the tub! I'm going to bathe you like a baby!
No, you're not!
Oh, yes, I am! Get in the tub!
Oh my god.
Whack.
I'm not going to sit here and let you bathe me.
What?
Sinton's going to make a break for it.
While this is going on, Kiela's gonna lean over so she can see through the door at Nim and just like look around at how clean it is and give her a thumbs up.
You dare run from Granny!
She shoots Samson.
Only as often as you're gonna try and bathe me.
Nim will wave at Kiala.
Zanzibar, I know you're listening. If you catch that boy, I'll give you Hydrask soup.
Oh my god.
Samson, you just hear a snap, and then there's just Zanzibar, and you just see a hand grab your face.
Oh, I thought there was gonna be a snap and he's just suddenly hovering right above the bathtub.
Zanzibar, please, you
I'm getting soup out of this! Do you know
would
how
have
rare
gotten
I get-
soup. You would have gotten soup no matter what.
You're right, but this one's on offer! And he's just gonna snap, and you're gonna fall under the effects of old person.
Eh,
I
Whatever you do, don't let her bathe me.
Oh, this is hilarious! I'm only half doing this for the soup! Are you kidding me? I wanna see this!
Why?
Because it'll torture you.
Why are you all so weird?
It's not being weird.
As Samson is being dragged by the head into a bathtub.
Oh, Samson, you said it earlier. I like to meddle.
Yeah, so we press fast forward on that whole situation.
And after about 20 minutes, there'll just be Samson all sudsed up in a giant mound while Granny's hand is just scrubbing him down, clothes and all.
That's less weird.
Yeah, no, she wasn't stripping him naked. She was scrubbing him. The dirty
All
boy
right.
must be clean.
It feels less like a bath and more like I'm laundry.
Yeah.
Rapscallions are hung like laundry. This is the only way they'll learn to behave.
That
I haven't even done anything wrong!
You got muddy at Granny's house! And she's just gonna splash soapy water into his face.
You live in a marsh!
That doesn't mean after all the work Nim put in today to clean my house,
That's why I didn't enter the house!
you brought mud into my domain!
Your entire domain consists of mud and cottage! That's all that's here!
She's just gonna pop a bar of soap into your mouth.
Ew.
Yeah.
So Samson's getting a bath. What's Nim and Yala doing?
Nim would go outside and talk to Kiala.
Yeah.
Ask her how the fishing went.
Went alright.
Did you enjoy doing it?
It was pleasant.
I want to go swimming.
No. Perhaps later.
Okay.
It sounds like we'll be needing to go back anyways.
I'm gonna look for shiny things.
Is that the extent of the interaction?
I mean, I'm sure they just like chit-chat, and by chit-chat, I mean Nim chits and Kiala sits there quietly listening, occasionally going, mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like Rhino never left.
Lift up your arms!
We can hit fast forward again.
Make sure you wash
yeah,
behind
wait.
your ears!
While this is happening, Kiala just pulls out some of the fruit leather and just like munches on it like popcorn. Mom.
Why must you be so dirty, rapscallion?
This entire town is built on mud.
And do we walk around caked in mud?
Probably.
Whack upside the head.
Ow! Where'd you get that?
It's my walking stick. I don't
You're
go
not-
very far without it. Now, wash behind your ears. I said wash.
When is the boat getting here?
Zanzibar is there, he could answer.
Zanzibar left just about as soon as he delivered you into the tub.
Ah.
Ah, cheer up, Samson. It's not that bad. When was the last time you got a bath?
This isn't a bath. This is a wash cycle.
I know. This is great. This is so much hatred and strife. Delicious.
So how long until Samson gets clean?
And
Apparently, not prestidigitations, which you wanted.
we're doing it the rustic way. Hey, you're getting what you want. You're clean.
So what type of smell does Samson have now? Because soap was used. What scent is the soap?
I
I
don't.
forgot what soap was called for a sec there.
Uh,
Lavender, Roses.
Hold on. I'm thinking up the options.
Hydrask.
That doesn't smell very pleasant, I think.
Hush you. Roses.
Oh.
Hmm.
He smells like roses, and his hair has a wavy bounce to it.
How many of us know what roses smell like?
Nim does.
So 1 out of 3.
Yeah. Nim's gonna be like, you smell like roses.
What the hell's a rose?
A type of flower.
Hmm.
And
I do smell kind of good.
as she takes buckets of clean water and just starts throwing them at Samson to get the suds off. She also undoes his cloak and takes his hat. And just leaves
Mosquitoes
him.
swarm to his face, no longer feared by the tassels.
Yeah, she takes his tassels. But
Oh.
now basically she takes all your outer layer of clothing. She leaves you in your undershirts. Where your shirt under all the rest of your stuff.
Yeah.
Get out of camp!
Yeah, I'm getting. And he'll step out of the tub and just. You got something to help me dry off?
Yes, it's called air. Now go sit on the porch.
Oh
And
boy,
before
I
you
can't.
go,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, Granny, for cleaning me.
Thank you, Granny, for coercing a madman into dropping me into a tub of clean water. And cleaning me.
She raises the walking stick. Say it like you mean it. Make an old woman feel
okay.
like she did good. And she'll give you puppy dog eyes.
Okay. Thank you, Granny Zan, for coercing a madman into dropping me into a tub of very clean water and cleaning me.
You're welcome. And she'll thwack you on the knee.
Ow! I'm so glad I'm walking through all this mud after I got out of a bath.
Oh, you're not. There's still so much soapy water around the sand. Like her house basically sits on sand.
Oh,
Kind of.
okay, then replace the mud with sand.
Granny sand.
Granny
It's a granny
Sands.
sand. Pocket sand. Oh, I assume that I at least got to take the bags of holding off.
Oh, she dumped you. She had your entire body dumped into the tub. So they're soaked.
Oh, at least they're soaked on the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
And now rose scented.
Yeah. She dog bathed you.
Nim asked how you
Yeah.
feeling.
Humiliated, but clean.
His entire body just squeaks.
You look nice.
Ah, so close. You need a Samson with no outfit.
That's a shirtless Simpson, you say?
No, like wearing your undershirt, but none of the leather armor, without the cloak, no goggles, no hat.
That's too much work.
No, it's just a commission away.
Yeah, I don't have the money for that.
Nim asked if you enjoyed swimming today.
Well, now I know what to buy you.
Never.
That'd be weird. Commission this guy, but shirtless.
No,
That-
he's wearing
I feel like that's very much not weird in the world of commissions.
You know what, you right? Wonder Bread guy is still the weirdest.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I will tell you after the session.
It's very strange. We'll tell you when you're older.
What?
Anyway. So Cleanson.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming is awful.
No, it's not.
You've never done it.
Wait, are you talking to Nim or Samson?
Samson, he's the one who's never done it.
Alright, just making sure. Yeah, Nim's like, you don't know how to swim?
No, Nim, I don't know how to swim.
Well, not yet.
I've never lived near a large enough body of water to ever consider learning how to swim.
And yet somehow you sure know how to get muddy! As she's just hanging up his clothes and Yala's coat. Whatever it is.
Granny's aunt, can you, stop judging me on everything?
Oh, I don't. I'm just a granny. I have to be stern. That's what grannies do. They take care of their charges and she just pinches you on the cheek.
Yeah, it's nice and all. Not that I've ever had a granny.
Well, that's what a granny does. So get used to it.
I will for all of a few days.
Kel's just sitting there thinking, huh, my grandmother made bowls.
But kudos, grandmother!
Kuno's grandmother does everything. In fact,
Kuno's grandmother leads the entire clan.
In fact, Kuno even believes her grandmother can fly. She's constantly drawing pictures of Grandma. I don't have a name. Grandma Yalamam
I-
flying through the sky.
We made it Jadia for the meme.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was it Jadia or Dahlia?
It's like, it's close enough to Dahlia, but with like a sort of diss sound at the beginning. Jadia.
It's got a fancy drawl.
It sounds like you're trying to say Dahlia with a really strong accent. A really strong indeterminate accent.
La-di-da.
La-di-da.
La-di-da-da-ya.
Her name is just La-di-da.
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 That was Yala's grandmother's name. La-di-da. I think that's a good place to end the session.
Yeah.
Beach episode! Woo!
Woo!